Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our May 28, 2024 Code Enforcement Board hearing. If there's anyone wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. You swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Yes. Thank you. You all may be seated. Board.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me? Okay. This is a volunteer board, and I will introduce us. To my far left, we have our board attorney. She only represents the board, and that is Kimberly Smith. Next to her is Olivier. Next to him is Donald. Then we have Carlos. We have Terry, Alexander, and Chris. As I said, we are a volunteer. If anybody would like to volunteer and learn about what we do or can do, we listen to you. So make sure that you speak to your inspectors, and we will get through this very quickly. Thank you.
Thank you. And at this time, please silence all of your devices. Our first case is a hearing to impose fines on page 17. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 5321 Northeast 24th Terrace, 502A, case number BE 2308-0395. This case owner, Zachary Sloboda. This case was first heard on 11/28/23 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. The city is requested to impose fines of $3,100, which continues to accrue. Notice posted at the property on 5/10/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/14/24.
Good morning, Board. Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not comply. I will let the respondent to speak.
Wait. Introduce yourself. And you're the owner. Push the button so it turns red.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm Zach Sloboda. I'm the owner. Pretty much this all started when our dishwasher flooded. I didn't even own the condo yet, and basically everything got torn apart, and then we tried finding contractors, and either they don't have licenses or they want $50,000 or just something crazy, and we can't afford that. And I've hired Mr. Sparky for like the electrical now for stuff. They haven't even pulled a permit. 1 hour heating and air conditioner was there, replaced our air conditioner. They haven't pulled a permit either. And all the like contractors are saying that we need architectural permit, our architectural drawings, but I think you guys had told us last time that we didn't, and so that's our other issue, because we finally found someone, but he's making me like get architectural plans.
Have you been speaking to the inspector?
I've tried, but as you see, my life is crazy. We don't live here. We landed like an hour ago. We live in Colorado.
Okay.
So it's kind of a mess. When did we buy it? June of like last year or the year before that. It may have been 2 years now. And it's just been torn apart and can't put it back together. I knew we had to get permits or something, and so we didn't put it back, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Do you have a recommendation?
The
Do you have anybody
city.
he could talk to?
Sorry?
Do you have anybody he could talk to in between you and him when he's not here?
No.
Or
I
hold
talked
his
with
hand?
him some time before, not recently, but we can. The city doesn't oppose an extension, 63 days extension.
Right, I don't mind that, but is there anybody that you can help him because he doesn't
Like
live
a contract, because a lot of it I could do myself, but like most of them want to do everything, and like I don't.
No, we cannot do that.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Yeah, so that's kind of the position I've been in. And I try to find people, and that's why I ended up using like Mr. Sparky for electrical and stuff, and it's been just as bad. They've already been paid for 9 months now. The electrical's been done, and same with the heating and air conditioning, is like 3 or 4 months now.
Excuse me. So what has been done on the house?
Terry, can you please
It's a
turn your
condo.
mic on and speak
They
directly?
did
Thank you.
Sorry. What has been done on the house?
the kitchen renovation.
your condo?
Let me see. They have a kitchen renovation, bathroom, new tankless water heater, flooring, several works. They need a soundproofing permit, electrical permit, plumbing permit, mechanical permit.
But he said that the work has been done, but they haven't gotten permits?
When I inspect the property, the work was started, it was not completed. It was in the process.
The permit was in the process.
No.
The work.
The work is in the process.
Yeah.
And then why haven't these contractors pulled any permits?
They didn't even finish their, Mr. Sparky didn't even finish their job. And then like, it's just been weird contact with their manager. And so I figured that one, but like a lot of the stuff like the tankless water heater, all that stuff was there before I even bought the condo.
Well, but it might
No,
not
no,
be.
yeah, and it wasn't to code, and so I knew that. I'm a plumber from Colorado, and so that was the first thing that I changed was the water heater because it just isn't good for the amperage on the, yeah.
But did Mr. Sparky put a lien on your property because you haven't paid, even though he didn't do the work?
No, I paid them. They've been paid, and they just like there's one outlet that needs finished, and they never pulled the permit. And I call them all the time, and it's always like a circle game. And I was like, why can't you just send this to me like in an email and I sign it? Because they're saying something's missing on my end, and it's been that way for months.
Okay. There are people out there that will help you, that will walk this through when you're not here. We can't recommend or give names and stuff.
Yeah.
But there are some people out there. So if you guys can recommend anybody, we can't.
They can't
We
recommend.
cannot recommend contractors.
Okay.
Yeah, the city can't recommend contractors.
Yeah. But there are people, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so 63-day
Yeah,
extension.
yeah, please.
62
I need
days, yeah.
I move for a
Permission.
63-day extension.
I need a second.
Second.
All
Do I-
approve, say aye.
Aye.
Do I need architectural drawings? And if I don't,
No, you don't need, you
It's
don't
approved.
need architectural drawings.
can you like write me an email or something that I can give to my contractor that I did find? Because that's what's holding him up right now was just he wants these architectural drawings, and I just told him I didn't think we needed them, and yeah, so that's
Okay,
kind of,
we can talk now.
Making sense.
Okay, it's approved.
sounds good. Thank you.
Just
Stay in touch with him. I think
Stay in
that's
touch
one
and
of
do
the
steps.
signs started accruing is because if you would have told him what was going on, it's not working. I mean, if you would have kept staying in touch and telling him what's going on, he would have been able to report to us last time, and we probably could have, moved for an extension.
Right.
So the biggest thing is to stay in touch.
And I think I have the wrong address on there. For some reason, it was just an address on my ID when I bought the property, and so I haven't got mail or anything, and so it's been
Oh,
like,
that's a big one.
yeah.
Yeah, clean that one up first.
So is your address 3965 Ingalls Street, Wheat Ridge, Colorado?
No.
Okay, well, that has nothing to do with the city, unfortunately. That's the address that you gave the property appraiser, and that's who's sending you your tax bill also. So you have to fix that with the Broward County Property Appraiser's office.
I was
We
gonna say, I have
have,
no clue how any of it works. I just, yeah, basically got approved, bought the house, and there's a lot that was screwed up, like just with title and everything.
well, have you been paying your taxes the last 2 years? You bought it in 2022.
Luckily, that's in not escrow, whatever. The what? Escrow. Yeah, yeah. They just take it out in my payment each month.
Okay, so you have to go, yeah, the city is legally obligated to send all notices to the mailing address that's listed with the Broward County Property Appraiser. So until you fix that, our notices will continue to go there. The property will also be posted, but again, that's not terribly helpful because you don't live here. So, you can go on, I don't know, but you probably can go online and address that, or at least inquire how you do that. I'm sure there's information on there, but it would be the Broward County Property Appraiser. You need to change your address with them.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, you're
Thank
approved. So to keep doing steps and keep contacting him.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 9. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti.
For the rest of the
Property address 2512 Cat K Lane, case number BE 2308-0023. Owner Jane Cade, Heathcliff Kane, Harrison Kane. Notice posted at the property on 5/9/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There's one extension noted.
Good morning. Gandhi Kane.
Hold on.
Okay.
He gets to talk first.
Good morning. Inspector Saraguti on behalf of the city presenting the case as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Okay. Good morning. Gandhi Kane, mother of the 3 listed as the owners, and you met with me 63 days ago, and thank you for that. And unfortunately, we've made progress, but it's not finished. I have been in touch with Mr. Sargusti, and I think we've made some progress, but we still need some more time. I've been let down by basically the air conditioning company, permits, and step after step, chasing after chasing, email after email, and he is aware of that. So
The city doesn't oppose to 63 days extension.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Move for 63-day extension.
I have a second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Keep going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 10. Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Excuse me. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you may want to speak to your inspector, but once we're in the hearing, we need to refrain from that because we need to move the hearing along. You'll be able to contact your inspector via email or phone after the hearing to discuss any details you may have. Thank you. Our next case is on page 10. Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, property address 1350 Southwest 32nd Ave. Owner Maria Agaton, William Garay. Case number CE 2301-0124. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 1/30/24. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. The case is not complied yet. I'm gonna let the respondent speak.
Hi, good morning. My name is William Garay. I'm the owner of the property.
Thank you.
And pretty much I've been going back and forth with the inspector of review, which is Joel Samara, whatever his name is. And pretty much he told me about some changes that I need to do in my plan, so which I did. I turned everything back in this Thursday from my engineer. He did all the changes, so hopefully this time it's actually finished with all the stuff. And he also mentioned, Mr. Zamora also mentioned to do to sign the homeowner's affidavit, which I did, and it was also notarized at the city. So hopefully everything goes well. I mean, up to this time, I'm not just waiting.
The city won't oppose for a 63-day extension.
Do I have a motion,
Move for
please?
63-day extension.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All agree, say aye. Aye. Nobody opposes. Just keep going.
All right,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're up again. Our next case. Our next case is a new business case on page 2. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez presenting on behalf of Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address 200 South Birch Road, number 906. Owner Lutfi N. Aiden. Case number BE 2308-0198. Notice posted at the property on 5/9/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This is a new business case.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for the following violations. 105.1, this building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: interior demolition, floor covering, kitchen and bathroom cabinets, and large area of drywall were removed. This case was opened on August 11, 2023. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner on September 14, 2023. Final notice was mailed to the property owner on October 25, 2023. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on May 9, 2024. We are asking for the board to find a violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Good morning.
My husband and I bought this place.
So, your name and
My husband's name is Lutfi Aiden, and my name is Jill Aiden.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we were not told of any violation when we bought it. We had no idea. We bought the place looking at the camera, and unfortunately, that wasn't a good idea that we did. With the realtor, we purchased it, and when we came in January, we looked at the mailbox and saw the letter. That's when we found out that there is a violation.
So are you saying all of it had been remodeled? Where were these
We
pictures
haven't
taken?
done anything yet.
So everything's remodeled?
No, nothing yet.
Oh, so it's in this condition?
Yes.
We bought it in different picture they showed us, not this picture.
So you bought it in...
Like this.
You bought it like this?
Yes.
But we never saw it. You never with it. We bought it on the picture, old picture, not this.
Video.
You bought it on video, but it didn't look like this, but it was this.
It is this now.
Wait.
When
Hold
we
on.
bought it
Okay,
on the
apparently
camera, he showed
the-
us these.
1 second.
Not with the garbage and all that. It was all cleaned up. Thinking that, you know, it was just demolished. They told us that the owner had demolished it but changed his mind to fix
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. Can you speak directly into the mic?
Sure.
And board too, please speak directly into the mic.
Okay,
We
wait
can't
a
hear
second.
you.
Let him
Thank
bring
you.
us up to par. Okay.
No, apparently they were scammed by the.
Scammed.
Yeah, I will say that because they showed them another pictures,
Okay.
not that way.
Okay.
When they bought the property, they bought the property without coming to see the property.
Okay.
Okay, so you saw the pictures. When you bought it, it was under construction? And you saw those pictures?
No, we didn't see these pictures. We just saw it demolished, but we did not see any garbage or anything in there.
So,
Okay, so
the garbage is when? Now?
well, this is Alejandro's case. It's not my case, so I don't know when he took those pictures.
Oops. Yeah, oops. Okay. Do you have a recommendation? And who do you have by your side to walk you through this now?
We have a contractor that
Good.
we got,
Okay.
and he spoke to Mr. Del Rio,
Okay.
and
63 days.
he's going to be taking care of it. Hopefully, we won't be scammed any other way.
Okay, the only thing is make sure you keep talking to the
Yes.
inspector. Okay, and make sure you talk to the inspector in case the contractor doesn't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I move that we find.
Hold on. So is this your current condition of the house right now? Exposed
quite.
walls or?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think 2 months is going to be enough? You might need some more time.
Well, I don't know what the contractor is going to do. Maybe 3 months if we can have.
I say a 119-day extension.
The rest of the story is we want to make sure the contractor is
Okay, that's fine.
in motivation.
Yeah, so
Okay.
let's just do the 63.
Okay.
I move that we find for the city and the violations exist as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by July 30th, 2024, and a fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
You do not have to have it completed. We're not saying in 63 days you have to have it completed. We're saying it within 63 days, we have to see progress. Okay. Thank
We
you.
want to see too. So
Second.
thank you very much.
All approved, say aye.
Aye.
It's approved. You have 63 days. Please show us you're getting it done.
Thank you.
you. Just point.
I did.
Our next case is also on page 2, Senior Inspector Jose Satagusi, property address 1708 Northwest 14th Street. Owner, Maxwell Allen Feldman, case number BE 23070177. Notice posted at the property on 5/13/24, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Re-roofing.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city presenting the case as read, I received by email this case regarding work without permit. Making a research online, I found new AC, new bathroom, new kitchen, re-roofing, and new windows. The case was opened in July 14, 2023. Inspection report was mailed on July 17, 2023. Final notice was mailed on September 1st, 2023. Notice of hearing was mailed on May 13, 2024. Permit issue, but it's not permit still for re-roofing. I don't have any contact with the property owner, and the property has cited by Florida Building Code under Section 105 Work 1 for work without permit. The city is requesting 60 days to come in compliance or $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
My name is Maxwell Feldman. Thank you all for your time. I had purchased the house September 9/30 of last year, so it was right after that date of the notification. Sir, I had met you about 45 days ago, I believe, or 30 days ago. I came to your office, and you had said it should have closed within 30 days. It did not, obviously, and I didn't want to miss this date. As of today, I believe that we have the re-roof inspection is today, I believe, this afternoon. Martius Cardozo has been working on it, and I'm requesting 60 days. It should be done. We're very close to the end.
Okay, and now I remember, yeah. We've been together in my office.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we agree with the 60 days extension. You will have a permit before that.
Thank you very much.
So I have a question. So what you researched and read was his listing agreement, the listing about the new AC and the new?
We take a look online and we see pictures
But I mean,
online, yeah.
Because it's right before you bought it. It was online.
Sometimes you have the picture before and after I
Okay. No, I was just curious.
went in the property and made an inspection.
I have a question. So, how many different permits does he need to get all this done?
And they have a permit for pool, for bathroom, kitchen, several permits already done.
And they're in progress?
Yes, they are already issued. The missing permit only is the roofing.
Okay, fabulous. Any other questions?
Okay.
Anybody else want to do this? It's new business? Okay.
That we find for the city and the violations exist as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by July 30th, 2024, or fine amount of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
Second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
So you have the 63 days to keep going. But you don't have to have it all complete. We hope you do, but you keep going.
I can show you a lot of it's very close.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 5. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1116 West Broward Boulevard, owner 1116 Broward Boulevard BC LLC, case number BE 2306-0147. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This is a new business case.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: 3 new mini splits, electrical outlets, bathrooms, and 1 exterior door. I reviewed the case on 5/20/2023, at which time I verified the violation remains. That city will request 63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. They already applied for all the permits except for the door.
Sir, state your name and your relation to the property. please.
Good morning. My name is Steve Crabell. I am counsel to the owner of this property.
Okay.
I can only represent to the board that all of the diagrams, drawings, and plans were inspected by myself together with the owner, and that we signed every single permit that needed to be applied for in order to procure the work that was being performed by the tenants. So in April, this came as a huge surprise to us when the owner received a notice of violation. So since then, I have been in contact with counsel for the tenants so that they could explain what exactly happened here. And so it's my understanding that either counsel himself or somebody from his office, together with the general contractor, has been in contact with Mr. Martinez, the inspector, and that they have been moving forward to correct these violations, the last of which is this door that is pending.
So the time frame when you guys signed, when the new council, when the new contractor, when they're talking, is that just recently or has it been going on?
Well, I first found out about this on April 8th, and I alerted, obviously,
Right.
opposing counsel in this case.
Okay.
And so I've been monitoring his progress with the general contractor.
Perfect.
And then moving forward, obviously, my first conversation was with Mr. Martinez this morning. And I'm here because I want to monitor this case,
Perfect.
make sure that they are in compliance, and make sure that if there are any fines that are levied, that obviously we're going to seek indemnification from our tenant here.
Right, and then the time frame that they keep pushing, not just lagging, correct?
Certainly.
You have any requests?
63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
It's new business?
Yes.
Who wants to say?
I move that we fine for the city and the violation exists as alleged and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by July the 30th or a fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Just keep going. So the 63 days isn't saying that you have to have it done. We
Okay.
would like you to have it done. It just says you've got to keep going. You got to show progress.
Question, the $50 per diem, is that being imposed already, or is that imposed if the project is not complete within the 63 days?
If it's not completed,
Very
that's
well.
a fine.
I want to be clear on that so I can inform my client, the
So
owner,
that, no, you also tell the tenant.
obviously.
What
Thank
was
you
the
very much.
attendant's excuse for dropping a ball? If you signed everything, what's the deal?
That apparently the city was taking a very long time to approve the permits, and they decided to jump the gun. And that's obviously something that I took issue with. I issued a notice of default because our lease clearly states that you're not to perform any work out there unless you have the proper permits in place. And certainly, this is on the main thoroughfare. It's right next to the Fort Lauderdale Police
The
Department.
new one with all the inspectors, yes.
But, you know, this is the way things are done, unfortunately. So anyway, we are on top of this.
Perfect.
And what else can I say?
Have a great week.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Our next case is on page 9. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1645 Northeast 7th Place. Case number BE 2303-0167. Owner Hadia Zanda Karimi and Shem Sedin Mazani. Notice posted at the property on 5/10/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 7/25/23 to comply by 10/24/23. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 3 extensions noted.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not compliant. I will let the respondent to speak.
Hello, good morning. This is Shamsuddin Mizani. Yep.
And your relation with the property?
I'm the owner with my wife. And apparently there was a carport conversion prior to when we bought the property. We purchased the property back in 2017. That came to city's attention last year. And instead of converting it back to the carport or legalizing it, we decided that we're going to build a new house, which I have the plans and everything over here. That's been in the city approval. We've done 3 rounds of reviews. We're going to have to submit the 4th round with some changes in civil engineering and this and that. And unfortunately, it's taking forever. So, and I've been in touch with Mr. Saragusti along the way and on a monthly basis. I would like to ask for another 120 days extension because this is taking very long.
So what they are planning to do is to tear the whole structure down and rebuild?
Yes, they want to make a new house. They have all the plans in process.
And so at that time, when they get the new plans in process, then this one would go away?
Yes, it will demolish the house.
Okay.
So you're saying it's 63?
I will agree with the 119 days extension.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I move for a 119-day extension.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All approve, say aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Our next case is on page 13. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez presented on behalf of Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address 804 Southwest 2nd Court, 1-3. Owner 1190507 Tifo Mello LLC. Case number CE 221-00090. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 5/23/23 to comply by 7/25/23. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 4 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Hi, my name is Ganeshwar Ramathar. I'm the owner of the property. I've had Eric from Aruba, who is working on this case to me, and I'll let him speak.
Good morning, everyone. Eric from Aruba Services. The permits for the said property have all been approved and completed with plan review. I'm only pending the electrical permit application to be approved before the permit is issued, and then we can commence work. So we're finally there, guys.
Time frame?
Just to give you some backstory, because I know you guys hear a lot of cases. This is the duplex that was converted into an 8-unit apartment. So
and you're cleaning it up.
There's going to be a lot of cleaning up. This is, it's just now getting started as far as construction work goes. Anyhow, I figure, this job's probably going to be another 4 to 5 months, in the making before we could put it all back together, because it's going to be stripped down to a shell. That's the only real fix here.
Okay, and then I know that you do it correctly, but you do take the property and you make sure nobody can get on it while you're in construction, because it is going to go all the way down.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, he's already started the, I don't want to say eviction process, but he has already notified tenants, and the building is already, 60% vacant already? Yeah. So the rest of the tenants are either going to be evicted or relocated in a humane manner.
Okay.
The city will request a 63-day extension.
Okay.
Make a motion for a 63-day extension.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All approve, say aye.
Aye. Thank you, team.
Keep going.
All right.
Inspector Martinez, you have the next 3 cases. Our next case is also on page 13. Property address 208 Southwest 21st Way. Owner Taylor Gonzalez. Case number BE 23090153. Notice posted at the property on 4/25/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Hi, good morning.
Yep, him first.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Hi, good morning. My name is Taylor Gonzalez. I'm the owner of the property. My name is Eric from Aruba. He's working on the property.
Thank you.
Good morning again. Eric from Aruba Permit Services. There were 3 violations issued on this property. 2 of the violations have already been rectified. I'm only pending a driveway permit that's given me a lot of issues with drainage and engineering. Anyhow, that permit is in plans review. I did hire a professional engineer to help me out with this scenario, and hopefully we can have that permit issued within the next 30 or 40 days.
Can you educate us a minute? What do you call problems with draining?
Okay, so so we have a concrete driveway that covered most of the front yard, and the engineering plans review department is requesting that we provide a means of water quality and drainage. And basically,
So it doesn't go on the neighbors?
It doesn't go on the neighbors, so I either have to create a storm drain, a French drain, if you will,
Correct.
or remove some concrete and add a dip inside the property. As a matter of fact, they don't want you to do it in the swale. They want you to do it on your property now. And that's what I had originally proposed, is do it in the swale, how we used to, between the 2, drive-ins. But no, it has to be on the actual property. So some driveway is going to be removed. We're going to create a nice big dip, so that can capture all the water. And that has to have a special calculation. We have to also show how the water runs and drains away from the property and doesn't puddle on the actual driveway itself, or it doesn't enter the roadway or the right-of-way or the swale area. So it takes some, some math
and then
skills.
we have a child bicycling and he goes,
Well, it will be on his property. So
right,
the
but
child.
I'm just saying that his kid on his driveway would be going.
It will, it'll be a gradual grade, maybe a 1 to 2% grade. So it's not something you're going to feel even if you're walking on it.
Okay.
But yes, if you do put a marble on it, it's going to roll in a certain direction.
Okay. I need to be educated. It changes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
The city is requesting a 63-day extension.
Make a motion for a 63-day extension.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All agree, say aye. Aye. Keep going.
Thank you, guys.
Eric,
Thank you.
what's your
ma'am.
last name for the record?
Martinez.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wow.
Our next case is on page 14. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address
Think about when you're redoing
1632 Northwest 7th Ave. Owner, Claramine and Francis St. Fleur. Case number BE 2301-0070. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 11/28/23 to comply by 1/30/24, one section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number not addressed as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning. My name is Francis Sulfur. And honestly, I feel like, don't come here today. But I come because, I'm waiting on the guy because he's so busy with a big thing. He told me wait for this, but he's going to explain something to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Oriol Emmanuel, and I'm with Ashstone Incorporated. I'm the one who facilitating the permit for him. We've been having issues with the architecture. The initial permit that was submitted took so long. Now they have expired from the year before, so everything got to be redrawn as is built. So we're waiting for that to get back to us so you can resubmit it again to get the permit and have everything back up to code. We are requesting an additional 60 days to get it complete, please.
So what our issue here is from point A to point B, it expired. So can we shorten that up and keep things going a little faster?
We have been putting a lot of pressure on the draft person and the engineer that's working on the plan, but that one is up. It's in their court. We've told them that we have to be in front of the board one more time, and they tell us that get it to us pretty quickly. But it's not us who's holding it up because we want to wrap up the case as much as you guys do. It's just that the draft person and the engineer of record is taking all day to give us the paperwork back.
Well, at some point, the city's just going to say, you're taking too long.
I understand, ma'am.
Move for a 60-day extension.
You okay with that?
Okay, the city was gonna recommend for the case to come back as a Massey, but I'm gonna let the board decide.
Okay, so if it comes back as a Massey, they still get 63 days, but it comes back and they get fined. If we give them another extension, then they still have another 63 days after that if they don't do the work.
Okay, so my question is, the holdup has been the architectural drawings for this.
Yes, we initially submitted this. Before my time, there was some issue as far as the setback. We realized that the person who was handling the case before did not provide a topo survey to show the setback between the property and the adjacent properties. We got that done. That took about 3 weeks, and we sent that to the engineer and said, this is the survey, this is our setback, can you redraft the plan? And then when we went back to the city with the new survey, that's when we found out the plan took too long, no activity, and it expired. So now we have to redraft everything up again.
And when did you find that out, that you have to redraft everything up again?
Like maybe like a few weeks after we left here last time. Like maybe 2 weeks, we put everything together, took back to the city, say here's the survey, here's a setback to the both properties, that we're not encroaching on anybody's space, and that's when we were informed by the building department that because we took so long, no activity, those permits are now void, need to be resubmitted again, and we have to get them redrawn and everything else.
So the words here are no activity, so you have to watch that.
Yes, ma'am.
Do they understand the urgency that what's going to happen if they don't produce these plans?
We call them every day. I mean, the same gentlemen who have only been paid to do this job, we're trying to, put pressure on them, but we're probably going to go to somebody else if we don't get anything back from them.
You should be going to someone else. If you see the urgency, what's going to happen if their track record is they haven't been producing anything, and you're hoping that they're going to produce something, and if they don't, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. So
I understand that, but mind you, there's an additional cost associated with that too. I mean, it's a lot to. Right. It's many moving parts here.
Catch-22.
Right.
Okay, guys, I need a motion.
I'm okay granting another 63 days.
That's fine.
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody disagree? Me.
Thank you.
2 days.
Yes, sir. There you guys.
Our next case is on page 6. It's a new business case. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 2654 Gulfstream Lane. Case number BE 23090259. Owner Amelis and Jesse Lugo. Case number BE 0259. Notice posted at property on 4/24/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: front patio covered with concrete, that part is complied, and new fence. I reviewed the case on 5/20/2023, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Hi, my name is Jesse Lugo, and I'm the owner of the property with my wife.
And your thoughts, where you are, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're practically done already. We did everything that the inspector asked us. We removed some of the concrete on the front to do like an island, and then the sides we're gonna do the excavating how they asked us to do. So it's already done already.
A lot of go back one picture. The one with all that one. So
Yeah.
you removed some of that concrete.
Yeah, so basically they asked us to.
Sure.
They asked us to remove like this area here in the middle, and then we did an approach. There wasn't an approach, there was only one approach on that side. So we did the approach on this side as well, and then this part's removed, and then these two sides they asked us to do like a little like a V kind of for like the water.
See, that's what he was talking about. That was wondering about this. This is too much concrete.
Yeah.
All the water would drain off into your neighbor's yards. Okay.
Yeah, so everything's done already. The sides already are done, and we removed the concrete. We already applied for the permit. We're just waiting just to finish the both sides, and then that's it.
63 days to comply or $50 a day thereafter.
Okay, it's new business. I need somebody to read, please.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by July 30th, 2024, or a fine of $50 per day for violation would be imposed and recorded.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Just keep going and keep talking to the inspector. You're fine. You don't have to totally be complete. We would like it to be completed, but just progress.
We should be complete before that, in a couple of weeks, max.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Our next case is a new business case on page 2. Senior Inspector Jose Sadagusti, property address 2460 Bimini Lane. Owner Neil Feliciano. Case number BE 23110172. Notice posted at the property on 5/9/24. Posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 5/14/24.
No, they're on vacation, so you can end their pile to somebody else.
It's the hardest working inspector.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city presenting the case as read, I received by email the case regarding work without permit. I inspect the property and found seawall, pool deck, driveway, all of them in progress, new PVC fence installed, and existing shed also installed in the property. This case was opened in December 15, 2023. Inspection report was mailed on December 20th, 2023. Final notice was mailed on January 24, 2024. Notice of hearing was mailed on May 10th, 2024. The case is not compliant. Permit and driveway, permit for driveway and pool deck is issued. No contact with the property owner, and the property was cited for Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1, work without permit. The city is requesting 60 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Yes, good morning. My name is Neil Feliciano. I'm the owner of the property. Permits there were five violations, and permits for those, 3 of them are completed and approved for the driveway, the pool deck, and the fence, pending start of work and inspections. Work in progress for the shed, which I didn't know I had to get one. It was there when the property was bought, and that was submitted a month ago, and it's almost complete. And the last one is the seawall due to engineering requirement. That's was submitted, initial submission to the city 2 weeks ago, so that's in progress too.
So you're in progress. That's good. Still talking to you?
Not really.
So you need to be speaking with him on a regular basis about your progress?
Understood.
Okay.
I want to also note on the record that on the violations it stated that there's a sprinkler system.
A what system?
A sprinkler, yeah.
Right.
But there's no sprinkler system. There was one existing that was being removed, so no permit required for that, as far as I know.
Right.
Okay.
But have you talked to him about it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it's still in the letter of violation, so I want to make sure that that's removed.
Question: you started all these projects without a permit, without?
Yes. Yeah. You heard 1,000 times. You hire somebody to do it, they say it's going to be legal and all of that, and before I knew it.
You were not aware of all of that. Will require any permit?
Honestly, the contractor I hired, he told me that he was going to take care of everything, that he was going to do everything was going to be legal by the book. I just give it the check.
Is it the same contractor?
No. I hired a new contractor. He took care of all the permits, but then he told me that he cannot do the one for the seawall, so I had to hire another contractor to do the one for the seawall. So the last contractor I hired is going to be the one completing the work.
Okay. City requesting 63 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
New business, I need it.
Okay. I move that we fine for the city and the violations exist as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by 7/30/24, or the fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? You just keep going, and please contact your inspector.
Yes, I'm just waiting for the final, to start the work. I'm just waiting for the final permit for the seawall to make sure I have everything inside. So then I can start doing the commencement of the jobs and then finish it.
Yeah, but in between, when you say, all of a sudden, if your contractor is delayed, or if your contractor goes sideways, contact your inspector
Understood.
so he can put it in the records.
Understood. Thank you.
And a side note, as the owner, trust and verify.
I learned my lesson, sir, believe it.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, presented on behalf of Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address, I'm sorry, page 11. Property address 720 Southeast 15th Street. Owner Frank Parator. Case number BE 2210008. Notice posted at the property on 5/9/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 7/25/23 to comply by 10/24/23. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 3 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
And your name in relation to the property, please.
My name is Jim Frogner. I'm an agent for the owner.
Okay, and that's all verified, right, Rhonda? Yes. Thank you. And your opinion of where you're going and where you're at on this project?
Well, the violation was issued for work without a permit, so we hired an architect, had plans done, applied for the building permit. We've been back and forth for 6 months on the building permit. 2 weeks ago, I met with the planning staff, and the only way to resolve the violation is to obtain a variance for a 1-foot setback encroachment. So I'm applying for a variance first week of June. So if I get a 63-day extension, I should be good.
Your
City,
opinion?
yes.
Okay.
Make a motion for a 63-day extension.
Can I have a second, please? Second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And I have a question.
Keep going.
I've done code enforcement boards all over the state. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. How does 63 days? Where do you get that?
It's when we meet next.
When we meet. That's our next meeting.
I'm good. Thank you.
Board, at this time, the city is requesting a brief recess. Thank you. Board, are we ready? Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you for your patience. We now resume our Code Enforcement Board hearing. Our next case is on page 10. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 2325 Northwest 15th Court. Case number BE 23030256. Owner Dario Humberto Castillo, Fabiano Guzman. Notice posted at the property on 5/13/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 11/28/23 to comply by 1/30/24. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak, but he needs help for translation. Alexander, can you help him, please?
Alexander, do you swear and affirm to transfer from English to Spanish and Spanish to English?
I do.
Thank you.
Good morning. Buenos días, mi nombre es Darío Castillo, soy el dueño de la propiedad.
Good morning, my name is Darío Castillo, I'm the owner of the property.
Tengo los permisos, solo falta pagar los fees, pero necesito más tiempo, si puede ser.
The permit application has been submitted, it's been approved, just need to pay the permit fees.
Yes, it's correct. And the city doesn't oppose to 63 days extension.
La ciudad no se opone a una extensión de 63 días. Okay.
Okay, gracias.
Thank you.
Second.
I have a second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. Please keep going.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gracias. Siga en paz.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, page 9, property address 922 Northwest 4th Ave B, owner 922 LLC, case number BE 231-00156. Notice posted at the property on 5/13/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $100 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent speak.
Good morning. My name is Demi Sims. I'm the owner of the property. I emailed Mr. Saragusti. I'm not sure if you, I know it was a holiday, I'm not sure if you saw, to remind you all, this is the fourplex that was remodeled. I had the contractor apply for the permit. He needed architectural plans and kept telling me every week, waiting on the architect, waiting on the architect. After the last hearing, I explained to the contractor that, you know, what had happened, we were going to be fined, needed the architectural plans. He continued his, you know, we'll get them, we'll get them. That continued for weeks. He finally said, you know, I don't have any plans to give you. I don't have your money back to give you. I kept going on and on with him because we have given him tens of thousands of dollars already and have nothing to show for it whatsoever. So we have no choice now but to move on from him. He's not going to help us, and we're going to have to sue him to get our money back. We've been the past few weeks trying to find a new contractor now who will do the work. We've set up appointments, they don't show up, or they have crazy, ridiculous quotes. We finally had one that came out on Friday of last week that seems very promising. He actually, I'm speaking to him right now as I'm waiting for my case to be called. He's already given me a price for architectural plans. He's a reputable licensed contractor that I know that I have a reference for. So it seems promising. I hope to move forward with him. He said he can't give me a price, you know, to do the work and everything until he has the plans to know what all is entailed. So I'm trying to move forward here, and I would request an extension to do that.
Do you think it will be enough 63 days, or you will need 119 days?
Given everything I've been dealing with, I would like 119 days.
Okay, city will agree with that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I have a question for the board. Why is it $100 per day on this case?
Sorry, I did.
Why is it $100 per day as a fine?
Because it is a multifamily, it's 4 units. For that one, it's $100. Of course, we want to stop the fines.
No one's living there.
Sorry?
I asked if anybody was living there.
No,
No.
it's not. No, it's not. It's empty, the property. We will request the 119 days and stop the fines.
I'll put a motion for 119 days.
Second.
Second. All approve, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody disapprove? And what about stopping the fines? They're not in place yet.
No.
So, so they're not in place yet. So
Have to pay any fines.
that's what we'll approve.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just have a question. Coming into compliance, is that getting a permit issued, or is that getting a permit issued, completing the work, and closing out the permits?
Only the permit issue.
Okay.
Yeah, the second.
It's the second
It's to get the approval of the.
of just getting the permits issued.
And then, but you have to have the work done and it has to be approved.
So it's
But-
completing the project.
No, sorry. Is to have the permit issue. After that, you will have 180 days to complete the work, but if they are working in progress and inspection requested, the time is running.
Okay.
Is move on.
Okay. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 7, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 2100 South Ocean Lane, owner Point of America Condo Common Area Phase 1 and Phase 2, case number BE 231-00016. Notice posted at the property on 5/10/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Alexandra Boris, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. This property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1, work without permit for wood frame / composite board decks and walkways at the beach side of the building. The case is not complied. However, the association has applied for permit. I was informed this morning by the property manager that's here that they just finished obtaining their prerequisite permits from environmental. That was one of the comments from the reviewer, and he's here to provide an additional update.
Morning, everyone. Alan Magana, General Manager of Point of Americas 1. As Inspector Alvarez said, it's true. We received the approval from Broward Environmental, and now we are ready to resubmit the permit application to the city now that we have this approval. And crossing fingers, we should have the permit in our hands this week, hopefully.
So those are those freestanding patio, stacking areas on the beach side.
A boardwalk, yes, and a barbecue area, yes.
And they were just rebuilt, not reinvented.
You're absolutely correct. The properties are 50 years old. They've been there since day one. All that we did was replace the all damaged wood, pine treated with composite material. Yes.
And what do you recommend?
City supports an extension. 63 days.
I'll make a motion for a 62-day extension. Second.
All approved, say aye.
Thank you very much for your time and consideration. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 12. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 2671 East Commercial Boulevard. Owner Sofico 14 LLC. Case number BE 23010185. Notice posted at the property on 5/8/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 1/30/24. 2 sections at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning. Fitzmurphy with Sengo Architecture. I represent the applicant. If you remember, we've been working on this for quite some time. We tried to get a variance for a residential use that was denied by the Board of Adjustments. So now we've applied for a permit application. We applied on the 2nd of May, and we're just waiting for that to go through process. We've only had 2 reviewers review and give comments. So we're going to work with them to try to resolve that. And as soon as we get the other 6 or so, we will provide comment responses and try to get this resolved as quickly as possible. We've submitted permit drawings to legalize the work to make it into office. So we have to legalize. Correct. So we have to legalize we're gonna do a kitchenette, so remove the stove and all that stuff, and then legalize the work that was done in the bathroom.
Okay, so it's a complete bathroom.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Shower. It's a separate shower area that they built, so we're trying to legalize that.
And your thoughts on making that happen?
Yeah, 63 days.
I didn't say that.
Sorry?
Your thoughts on them making that happen?
Well, they already applied for the permit last month, and it's in review, and they might get it.
Sorry, Officer Dorio's was actually the one who recommended that we try to keep the shower instead of removing it. So if we can't keep the shower, which is the only iffy thing, we'll just remove the shower if we have to.
Second. Yeah.
I have a question. If you have to remove the shower, can you just make it into a wet bar or because the plumbing's there into a...
That's what it was before. There was plumbing there, and it was a wet bar. So we'll just put it back to that if we can't keep it. But it's very nicely tiled. It's very nicely done, so we're hoping we can keep it.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Do I have any more questions?
We have a second.
Yeah,
Do I have a second? Okay, all approve, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody?
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 1. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1620 Northeast 20th Ave, owner 1620 Northeast 20th Ave, LLC. Case number BE 2308-0399. Notice posted at the property on 5/7/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. I initially visited this property on September 7, 2023 to investigate work without permit complaint and met with tenant who allowed access. After reviewing floor plans, existing floor plans, Google Street View, and BCP aerial, and comparing with conditions found during the initial inspection, it was determined that electrical panel in Unit 1 was relocated. In addition, asphalt driveway was extended to the south side of the property and a chain link fence was replaced with wood fence. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1, work without permits, including but not limited to electrical panel relocation in Unit 1, asphalt driveway extended to the south side, new electrical water heater, new fence at west side of the property. The owner has been in communication and has obtained a fence permit, which is now complete. Records show electrical and paving permits have been applied for. Case was opened on 8/29/2023. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on 9/12/2023 with 30 days to get into compliance. Final notice mailed on October 30, 2023. We're asking that the board find the violation exists and grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter, and final order to be recorded. The respondent is here to speak.
Good morning. My name is Norma Loom. I'm coming on behalf of the owner. I've been running the permits on his behalf. I've been having hard time with the building department for the driveway permit. It has taken over 6 months. I've been going back and forth physically and talking to the engineer. And last time I was there on April 16th, she was, recommending me to do something for the driveway because the owner at this point was like, do I just remove that addition thing that I did because it's taking too long? So the engineer recommended something as well to open on the side. So we're working on that right now. I do have both permits for the electrical and the water heater on the city waiting to be approved. So as soon as approved, we can call for an inspection. Originally, the problem was apparently the electrical box was moved prior to the owner buying the property. The tenant that was in there, I guess, called the city, was my understanding, saying that there was a work done without permit. So when the owner talked to me and said, listen, I bought it like that, they move it back to the original place where it used to be before. And that's what we're trying to get the permit for so they can do the inspection. So he moved it right back to where it was supposed to be. And the fence was completed, and basically that's the water heater. What he did was there was no plumbing involved because all they did was take out the exact same one that he used to have, the old one, and replace it with the new one of the same thing. And it's a tankless water heater, apparently. Apart from that, we're just waiting for the building department to approve the permits, and we can call for inspection. And I have literally the drawing that the engineer kind of did for
Yeah,
me.
you do have an option as far as the driveway. If it's removed, that extra asphalt, if it's removed, let's say, during the calculations, there's an issue where the water can be contained, and because it sounds like that's the problem. It's not really the city.
When we requested, she requested a new survey because what we had was the same picture that it was not really a survey. I guess it was just like a landmark. So I ordered a new survey, and when they did the measurements, I have it here showing that the elevation of the water is going to the street.
Right.
So she's like, what we recommend is, basically do the swell so the water can go to the owner, to the property. So after that, I'm like, well, if we remove that addition that was done, do we still have to comply with the water going back into it? Because technically, all he did was add an addition, make the driveway a little longer. But everything else, the elevation of the driveway remains going to the road. So when I said, well, if we do remove that addition parking lot that he added, technically the rest of the driveway will remain the way the survey is showing going to the street. So do we still have to comply and say, okay, go to the permit process, make sure it goes back to, the way they want it to be in code, or do we just remove that part and that's it? We don't care how is it existing the driveway right now because it was like that since he bought it. So that was the dilemma.
What was the answer?
There was no answer. She was like, I recommend you to do it or talk to the inspector to see what he suggests. So after that, it was like, it was left at that. And I told the owner, well, let me go on your behalf because I've been the one going to the city multiple times, and it's always come in person, no, go online. Go online, no, go in person. So this has been going on back and forth, so I'm not sure what we can do at this point.
Well,
at least for the
you
driveway,
could
it's my
always call
main
me.
concern.
You could always call me. The owner has my information. I've been in communication.
I sent you an email before, so you actually replied to one of my emails because one of the building for the electrical one, when I spoke to one of the clerk, I said, well, if we're moving the electrical right back to where it was, do we still need the permit?
You need a permit.
And the clerk said, no, you don't need no permit. And I'm like, okay. So I felt kind of like on the edge because I knew they had so many different answers. So when I emailed you, you did say, no, you need a permit, and that's when I actually went for and I tried to get the permit.
You have to understand, too, sometimes depending how the question is asked, there's room for misinterpretation. The best thing is always, it's always better to call the inspector because he knows a little bit more information about the case. In this situation, like you said, we responded, yes, you do need a permit for, because it's electrical. As far as the driveway, the violation is work without permit. If you remove the violation, then we will not require, the permit for the extension of the driveway because it was removed. Now, as far as when you say the city, we can only review what the customer submits for review. If there's missing documentation, of course, it's going to be a lengthier process, area calculations or whatever. Sounds like, I think that's the question right now, where's the water going to go?
Right.
So it's not something that the city, it's not an unreasonable request. We need to know where it's going to go because you did cover, green area, and that green area is not going to absorb the water. So, but yeah, you have the option to remove that section. You call me,
Okay.
we go inspect it and go from there.
Perfect, okay. Well, in that case, would he remove that additional parking lot and then replace it with the grass that was originally
It would have
there?
to, yeah, it would have to be
Just
sod, yeah.
Okay.
And yes.
So, okay. And that's it, I can call,
Right.
right, they put
Right.
the level on.
You'd
and-
have to remove that unsuitable material, yeah.
Okay, so, okay. Now, if let's say he wants to go with the option that the engineer also recommend to, which was do the swell that goes through the back of the house on both sides, trying to get the water back.
Oh, we're supporting a 63-day extension to complete the process, yes.
Okay, in that case, my question is, do you need also a permit for the swell to do it? Do you also need a permit for that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, perfect, thank you. That's it.
Okay.
Listen, it has been a learning experience, I'll be honest with you. I do permits for so many cities, and Fort Lauderdale has been a challenging one. I won't lie to you on that one.
Well, this case has been open since August, so
It got to my head in October, so I
we've
know.
been working with you.
I know.
Okay.
Listen, I have to be honest. I have no problems, like, when it comes to, like I said, you as inspector has been more than helpful answering phone calls and text and emails, so that I can vouch for 100%. The engineer department, they've been super helpful. The other part of the departments, the actual ones reviewing the permitting in there, God help me. It has been tough with them, but we're here, so that's okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by July 30th, 2024. A fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Second. I have a second. All agree, say yes.
Aye.
Keep going.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Inspector. Bye.
Our next case is on page 11. Senior Inspector Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 2731 Southwest 10th Street. Owner Linkus LLC. Case number BE 23090175. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This case is not in compliance. They applied for the permit. At this moment, the permit needs corrections, and the city is requesting 63-day extension.
Boris Amenov, just a friend. He's in New York now.
You're just a friend.
Yes. I got a paper from the public notary. I give it to them for permission.
So there's a paper that says that you can speak for them.
Yes.
I need counsel.
I don't see them. They take them at the
Okay.
So he's in New York?
Yes, it's come soon.
Is it nice weather up there?
Nice and not
Not so hot?
change.
No. But he said that 63 days.
No, but I didn't know. So he's been in contact with the owner?
Don't know.
You don't know?
You want me to call him? He's in Colombia.
No, I don't think he'll answer. You're doing what today?
Huh?
He'll ask you. I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
Don't bother me. I'm sorry, sir. It's just paperwork. We gotta do our paperwork.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you are the friend of the friend. Okay, the friend. And what is he doing, and where is he at on this, and what did he tell you to say?
Yes, the work actually in progress, so just we need more time to finish it, and we're gonna have an inspection.
Do you have a contractor?
He hired, yes.
He hired somebody.
Inspector, has he been communicating with you?
Sorry?
Oh, no, okay. Do you know if he's been communicating with the city?
Yes. Yes.
We have a recommendation from the inspector that is in charge of this. Want a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I hope to not see. One moment.
He was very nervous. Yeah.
Our next case is on page 13. Property address 962 Northwest 53rd Street. Owner ACS 960 LLC. Case number BE 22120016. Notice posted at the property on 5324. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 51424. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 11/28/23. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 3 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Hey, good morning. My name is Albert Price. I'm the tenant. We had basically submitted all the documents. We had submitted the change of occupation like 3 weeks ago, and we did a change of engineer because our last engineer actually passed away, so we had to actually find a new engineer. So that was taking the time to actually submit it. But all the documents are submitted, and we're just pending reviews right now.
No, they did a build-up. They changed the interior. They put some walls inside.
And do we need to know what kind of business they have? That's all fine with the city?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are in the process of
I just found a new engineer like 2-3 weeks ago. Well, my architect found a new engineer because the last one passed away, but everything has been submitted. We're just waiting for approval right now.
Have you got it?
Yes.
Everything's submitted?
Yes.
All right, thank you guys. Oh, no problem.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now it's done.
All right, no problem. Thank you guys.
Our next case is on page 14. Property address 5240 Northeast 14th Terrace. Owner 5240 Northeast 14th Inc. Case number BE 23060089. Notice posted at the property on 5624. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 51424. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 11/28/23. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 3 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning. My name is Manuel Forero. I'm representing the owner who lives in Canada, the owner of 5240 14th Terrace Inc. Well, first of all, I want to apologize for the extensive time that it's taking just for a minor repair. But finally, we got the plumber that did the work to actually submit the application for the plumbing repairs that were made at the house. Unfortunately, now he needs to register himself at the city of Fort Lauderdale which will happen this week. So I'm just asking for a, maybe 10-day extension to just get this done and, get a final inspection and close the case.
So the plumber needs to show his license?
Yeah, he needs to submit his credentials, yes. I already sent him the form. He's going to send it back, upload it to the loader build, and do the whole thing.
Okay, this case is an old case also, and it's a very easy case. It's
Yeah.
a very simple permit, and it has been taking a long time. So, I don't know. So, the city was requesting to come back as a Massey, but I'm gonna let you guys, the board, decide.
Is there any issues of health issues or any of that involved here, except for just taking too long? Any security, any health, any?
I don't know.
Well, you said it's been taking a long time. Whose part is it taking a long time? His part or our part?
No, their part.
Yes, on our part. I'm sorry. Yeah, the owner lives in Canada, so just a couple of months ago when I came to the hearing for the first time, he told me to please help him with this. I tracked the plumber. I'm doing everything I can to help him, and here we are, I mean, I'm just in the last stages of getting this done. And there's no life issues. It's just a plumbing pipe that was blocked at the entrance, so they excavated and replaced that 10-feet piece of pipe.
But the plans is in plan review.
It's a plan review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they submitted the
Move for a 16-day extension. If it's all it takes is him to register his, what happens if he goes to Say it again? That's all he completes everything. What do we send him to Massey? That's right. Decision will be the next week. I don't think it's a 16-day extension. So I'm moving for 16-day extension.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
I oppose.
Not a problem. It still passes. You have 60 days, and if you don't go and get it done, then it's going to go to Massey, which is you're going to get a little bit of time.
I understand.
Fine start.
Thank you very much.
Our next case is on page 12 at the bottom. Property address 1470 Northwest 21st Street, 1-2. Case number BE 23050089. Owner Bernadette Wason. Notice posted at the property on 5/14/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There's one extension noted.
Inspector Martinez, reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. The case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning. Okay, my name is Bernadette Wason. I'm the owner of the property. Hi.
And your feelings where you are on this project? Are you done?
We've applied for the permit, and they said they've accepted our application, and we're just really waiting now to hear.
Okay, this is not my case. This is Alejandro Del Rio's case. They applied for the permit. They have an application, and there's no movement since 3/25, so that's around 2 months. And he did request that no more time was given.
I'm sorry. What happened? We applied for a permit. I have it, which is probably the one the inspector has there, but I gave them the new one this morning. We applied for one, and they said that we needed some more information because it wasn't. He said, "We noticed you may be having issues uploading the files," and it said it needed more attention. However, what happened is that the contractor that we had, the contractor let her license slide. So we now had to find a new contractor. So I found a new contractor, and he got all the documents that I needed, including the survey and everything. And he reapplied, but he did not go with the old application that I had in before. So he put it new. So that's probably why the inspector didn't get. But when I came this morning, I did give the inspector the new the application that I gave.
Yeah, so can they merge the two together, or do they have to pay new application?
This is the one.
Okay. Can I have a second?
We're trying to figure this out. So it sounds like she's started the process, and then the new contractor put in the new process now.
My question is, removal of kitchen.
Acaban de aplicar para este, ¿verdad?
So first, did you make it into a duplex, and now it needs to go back into a single family?
No, it was a duplex, and I have a group home there, so I just merged the two. I just put an opening between the two. Yes.
So it made it into a big group home instead of.
Yes. Yeah. So we didn't need two kitchens, so we removed one kitchen.
The other thing is, how many people do you have there, and is that one kitchen sufficient enough by city codes and health department to make enough food for the whole home?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, so we have new information, and they already applied for another permit. This date is from May 21st. So the city won't oppose for a 63-day extension.
So can you merge the two together? The
Well,
new
the
permit and the new application and the old one?
Apparently, they already applied for the new one.
Right, that's what I said, but
Yeah.
he's already got one in place. Can you put them together so that it can?
I had to check.
They gave us a new permit number and everything, so I don't know if they forgot the old one or what.
I just wanted to make sure that the files get together somehow so they can show the progress as
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Move for a 60-day extension.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All agree, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Keep going.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Board, I'm sorry, going back to the case before this one, can you remind me who made the motion and who seconded it, please? 5240 Northeast 14th Terrace. 14. You made the motion?
I made the motion, yes.
And who seconded?
I seconded it.
Okay, thank you.
And he opposed.
Okay, you got that, Yvette? Our next case is on page 7. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusi. 7, property address 1312 Northwest 15 Terrace. Owner U&S Investment Group 1, Inc. Case number BE 2303-0202. Notice posted at the property on 5/13/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 7/25/23 to comply by 11/28/23. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There is one extension noted.
Inspector Saraguti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Good morning. My name is Ulrika Jean. I am the owner of UNS Investment Group 1, Inc. for the property 1312 Northwest 15 Terrace in Fort Lauderdale. I become owner of this property with all the issue. I didn't know the problem was there. I do the best I could a search, and I didn't realize there were the problem. I contacted Fort Lauderdale. All they provide me was open permit was expired, what pending and stuff like that. And from that, though, I hire a new engineer to redraw the plan, restart the whole thing over. So all I do on the property right now is clean the yard and couple the existing room, have them work on it for drywall work, stuff like that. I received that mail from your guys, and I contact the previous owner find out what's going on, and she mentioned to me that it's not really a big deal. Yes, I think she either been working with an inspector named Theodore Living, I don't know who, and actually she gave me the inspector phone number. That way I can contact the inspector to find out exactly what's going on and how to take care of the problem if there's a problem. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to make contact with that inspector. I called like several times, I leave a message, stuff like that. So that's the reason I'm here. Actually, we willing basically scratch all the issue, start all over, all fresh. I have engineer drawing a plan to submit to city. I don't know if she's already submitted because I already okay it, approve it. She's supposed to submit it, and so that's the way we have. If there's any other issue, I'm not aware of it. I don't know, actually. I'm not even aware I'm here for really, besides receive that letter.
No, for us, the permit is awaiting client reply since July 7, 2023. And if you have any question regarding the case, you need to contact me. The case it was open for addition and new windows, and I don't see any other permit that one is in process, but since 2023.
Yeah, I'm deeply sorry about that. I didn't know you was inspector. You are Mr. Theodore Living, no?
No.
That's a personal inspector. She gave me a phone number of that person. I don't know, maybe from City of Pompano, and that's the person I've been called, leave a message left and right. That's the reason why if there's an issue. But
Fort Lauderdale.
yeah, well, the property is in Fort Lauderdale, but like I said, I don't know what's going on. But we actually, as I said, we hourly hire a architecture to go over everything, basically whatever was done or was in the process, to take over everything, start fresh, because I don't know what's going on, because she's was a single mom actually who been ripped off by several different persons, called themselves contractor, take money left and right, and do partial work and walk away. So that's where I am, not even exactly. Actually, now I hire an engineer to draw the plan and architecture. That's what I'm doing, and we're in process. I hire a contractor.
Okay, so both of those people need to be in contact
With the inspector.
Inspector, and you need to be in contact with the inspector that those guys are talking to.
Definitely, I'll just.
Check all these people out.
I have a question. So it sounds like, it looks like we first heard this case over a year ago, in July of 23. Okay, and you've given 6 months to extension. Did you own it then?
No, I own this property probably 3-4 months ago. Probably either 2 or 3 months.
Was she in front of us back then?
Yes.
Okay. So the extension was given in 11/20/2023 for a 6 months extension to now. Why was it given a 6 months extension? What work had to be done there?
I don't have any. The first contact that we have is now, in this moment, with this person.
We didn't have any contact with the previous owner?
No.
Why wouldn't we give it a 6 month extension? Why would we give it an extension if we had no contact?
I don't have here with me the information. I can check it, but maybe they've been when the case was open. I don't remember. I don't have with me the information.
Okay. The next question. Okay. So what is the problem? It's just new windows and
Addition. Yeah.
Like a room addition. What kind of addition is this we're talking about?
It's a cover area addition. It's new AC area. I don't have here because it's not a new case. I don't have the complete information. It's only, it's all business, but it's.
How big is the addition? What is it?
I think it was a open patio with a roof. Either the person was working for her, close it around to change it to a addition room. That's what I think. And the window, so they put a window, but I'm working on all of that.
You guys
3 months actually, not even 4. Mhm.
So now we need to start new by saying what he needs to do and who he needs to talk to.
Really appreciate that.
So he needs to apply for permits again, or what?
The permit is already,
They're about to expire, though. If you apply for them,
yes, it's almost expired because since July 23, it's,
When does it expire?
in the system it's not expired, but it's almost.
It's almost,
Yeah.
But it's not in his name because he's.
I don't know
It
which
wasn't on
name.
my name. I don't know anything about that, but I heard the fact, for what I understand, that the work wasn't even, the process of the work wasn't even matched with the blueprint with the drawing, so I just put everything away. I hired a new engineer to do a new blueprint to submit it to city so we can start fresh and clean.
Okay, the city, it doesn't oppose to 63 days extension.
Okay, before I say that, so does he need to start a new permit process? Yes.
Yeah,
Is he aware of that?
I did already. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yes,
To submit it.
Yeah.
I move for 60-day extension. Is 60-day extension enough?
To start.
To start.
Okay.
We'll see the progress.
Okay.
Contractor and his engineer are on the right page.
I'll second that motion.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Appreciate
All
that.
you have to do is start and get your guys in line. That's
Thank
all
you.
I ask.
And be
And
in
then-
contact with me.
So
You
the-
have in the letter, you have my information.
So the inspector to call is the gentleman, right?
Yes, in my.
Thank you. I don't have a number or something.
Okay, I will give you.
Appreciate that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And then next time, make sure, like, start from the beginning and make sure we are aware that when it, it says here that this started last year, but make sure that we're aware that that was the previous owner and that you inherited these problems.
To him.
Yeah, and if he has to come back. That's it.
I think if she was in front of us.
At this time, that concludes all of our respondents. Well, we'd have one young lady here, but she doesn't have power of attorney. What's the address?
Page 7.
Yeah. Okay, it's page 7. Okay. We'll just hear this case first so she can just know what it is before she leaves. Okay, property address 1527 Northwest 11th Court on page 7. Owner Walter Johnson, case number BE 23110014. Notice posted at the property on 5/7/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1. Work without permits, including but not limited to structural, roof repairs to carport. Case is not in compliance, however, the owner... Case is not in compliance. The owner has been in communication. They recently applied for permits. Application was submitted on 5/24. City supports a 63-day extension to allow the. So structural repairs to the carport. So there's roof and roof framing work was completed in the carport. No, not enclose it. It's just structural repairs, structural members, wood beams sitting on steel columns, joists, and so on.
Move for a 63-day extension, or?
They came, but yeah, they don't have the required documentation. Support a 63-day extension to allow for a permit review. They have applied for a permit last week. It's going to go now through the review process, and Because of that, the city supports a 63-day extension.
I have a motion of a 63 on the table. Do I have a second? Second. All agree, say aye. Aye. You have 63 days to keep the process going. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, going back to page 2, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 2185 Imperial Point Drive, owner Altus IG Real Estate LLC, case number BE 2312-0107. Notice posted at the property on 5/10/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city presenting the case as read, I received an email regarding this property for work without permit. I inspect the property and found partition works, new bathroom, hi-hat all around the house, mechanical works, new plumbing fixture, and a new wood fence. The case was opened on December 15, 2023. Inspection report was mailed on December 20, 2023. Final notice was mailed on January 24, 2024, and notice of hearing was mailed on May 10, 2024. The case is not compliant. Permit is in process, but only fence permit is issued. No contact with the property owner, and the property has been cited by Florida Building Code 2020 under Section 105.1, work without permit. The city is requesting 63 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
So you haven't heard from no communication? You've had no communication?
No communication.
How will you in and take all these pictures?
I've been in the property when it was under works, but they never called. I put a stop work order. Nobody contacted me. I didn't receive any phone call from them. Only I've been there with the workers, put the stop work order, and that's it.
How many times have you been there? Once? Just once?
Yes.
Yeah, from the name, it looks like an investor.
So what are you suggesting?
60 days to come in compliance. It's a new case of $50. Yeah.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by 7/30/2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Second.
Thank you.
Aye.
Moving on to page 3, property address 709 Southwest 4th Court, case number BE 2312-0059, owner D-Back Investments 4 LLC. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for the following violation. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: interior renovation of all units, including structural, plumbing, and electrical work. This case was opened on December 7, 2023. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner on January 4, 2024. Final notice was mailed to the property owner on February 5, 2024. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on May 3, 2024. We are asking the board to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. Well, on the case, there's no window replacement.
No window replacements?
No, I don't see it. No.
Do
Well, this is not my case, but yeah.
So I believe by code, as long as they have one window in a bedroom that they could escape from as an exit, that's size. So you just have to determine if that's the only window in the bedroom.
I don't know. I asked the same question.
It's not his case.
I'll go. I move that we find for the city the violation exists and alleged. The order of the property owners to come into compliance by July 30th, 2024, or a fine in the amount of 50 big ones a day would be imposed and recorded.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes.
Our next case, property address 840 Northeast 17 Terrace, owner S.N. Reeves Properties LLC, case number BE 23120071. Notice posted at the property on 5/8/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for the following violations. 105.1, this building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: several units have been subdivided, replacement of air conditioning units. 111.1.1, some units on this 11-unit building were subdivided, increasing the number of units without obtaining a certificate of use. This case was opened on December 8, 2023. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner on January 5, 2024. Final notice was mailed to the property owner on February 8, 2024. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on May 8, 2024. We're asking the board to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 per violation per day thereafter.
I'm just curious, Inspector, why $50, not $100? I don't get the difference. I'm sorry, educate me. I thought when it was a multi-unit, it was $100 per day.
Well, this is not my case, so this is the inspector recommendation.
Okay, but what are the criteria to defining the amount of the fine per day?
Normally, it's the grade of if it's unsafe, we can charge a little more.
The severity of the
Yes.
case. Okay.
So I have a question. All those portable or whatever word you want to say, ACs are right outside the window. You can't crawl out the window if that thing's on fire.
Which one?
Right outside the window. What if that caught fire? You can't crawl out the window with an AC that's right outside the window like that. And then you have one of them that's covering the window.
Right.
You can get out.
Is it a safety issue or is it a permit issue?
That should be a permit issue.
Okay.
And there was no direct contact with the property owner?
I don't have that information.
Do you know how much illegal units are there on property right now?
16 units.
And it should be what, 11?
Okay, no. Okay, there are 16 units. There was supposed to be 11.
So there's 5 additional illegal. Okay, thank you.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by 7/30/2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Second.
I have another motion. If anybody else wants another motion.
All right, I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by 7/30/2024, or a fine of $100 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
All those agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you.
Moving on to page 4. Property address 1440 Southwest 30th Street, owner TAH 2017-2, borrower LLC, case number BE 23080390. Notice posted at the property on 4/3/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for the following violation. 105.1, this building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner but not limited to: a storage area was converted into bedroom and bathroom. Florida room was converted into bedroom. 111.1.1, storage room and Florida room were converted into living area without obtaining the required certificate of occupancy. This case was opened on August 29, 2023. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner on September 6, 2023. Final notice was mailed to the property owner on October 17, 2023. Notice of hearing was posted to the property on April 3, 2024. We are asking the board to find a violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per violation per day thereafter.
So that room on the right front, they made it into a bedroom and bathroom. Was that a carport? Was that something else? Is that what they were trying to say?
Yes, the
And the thing in the back, which was a
Florida room,
Florida room,
they put it as a,
made it into a bedroom and bath too.
yes.
Is that what I'm seeing? Is everyone else seeing the same thing? No, it's just a bedroom. No bathroom back there. And then this front porch area, did they add that, pull that into the house?
Is this your case?
No.
No, they left it as before. Okay.
So what was your
See that front room, that storage, made it into bedroom bathroom. Yes. Into a bedroom. They left the front porch as a porch.
It's going to be a rental property.
Okay, guys, it's new business.
What's the recommendation, Inspector?
63 days or $50 per day per violation.
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes.
Moving on to page 4. Oh, we are on page 4. Property address 2308 Southeast 18th Street. Case number BE 24020112. Owner Russ's Property LLC. Notice posted at the property 5924. Posted at 1 East Bar Boulevard 51424.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for the following violations. 105.1. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: addition at the front of the property, carport enclosure, modification of window and door openings, interior remodel. This case was opened on February 15, 2024. Final notice was mailed to the property owner on February 21st, 2024. Notice of hearing was posted at the property May 9, 2024. We are asking the board to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per violation per day thereafter.
Great pictures, I got to tell you. Beautiful pictures. It says in the violation, interior remodel. What does that mean, interior
Well,
remodel?
it used to look like that.
Oh.
And now it looks like,
Yeah, modern.
no, that's the old one.
How do we get those pictures of before and after?
Internet.
Internet. Real estate 101.
Okay. I move for a 60-day extension.
New business.
New business. Sorry. I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by 7/30/2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Second.
All those agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Ooh, pretty house.
At the bottom of page 4, property address 37 Castle Harbor Isle. Owner Judd Wade. Case number BE 20111. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/24, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: 3 shaded structures, 2 in the back and 1 on the front, covered the back patio with pavers. I reviewed the case on 5/20/2023, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by 7/30/2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No, passes.
Moving on to page 5, property address 181 Southwest 37 Terrace, case number BE 231-20079, owner Onaldo C. and Tammy Ann C. Estime. Notice posted at the property on 4/24/24, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: a new wood fence. I reviewed the case on 5/20/2023, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So this is all about the new fence?
Yes.
New business.
I move that we fine for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by 7/30/24, or a fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
Do I have a second? All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No, passes.
Property address 651 Northeast 19th Ave, owner Teresa and Vincent F. Pyle Jr., case number BE 231100081. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: new shaded structure, carport, built in the north side of the property. I reviewed the case on 5/20/2023, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So these pictures were taken on November of 23, and they were taken on November of 23.
And we're just not getting it.
Why are we just not getting it?
Because they give the owner a chance to fix it, and then when they don't, then they come and send it to us.
So you took the pictures on in November, and then the city gives them 5 months to.
No, they already applied for the permits. So they're working right now in a variance. Apparently, they're looking for a variance.
Variance. So they started, even though it was cited in November, they started getting the permit to clean it up and start working on it. Found out they are imposing into space into where they can't go, and they have to get a variance. New new business, guys.
Second.
All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. That, or they have to get a smaller car, smaller.
Moving on to page 6, property address 1301 Northwest 7 Terrace, owner Robin D. Cooper, case number BE 23120073. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/24, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: a new metal gate. I reviewed the case on 5/20/2023, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by 7/30/2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be posed and recorded.
All agree, say aye. Anybody opposed? No. Passes.
Property address 2831 East Oakland Park Boulevard, 8. Case number CE 23090713. Owner Fat Depot LLC. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: 3 new AC units and duct work on units 7, 9, and 10. I reviewed the case on 5/20/2023, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
New business.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by 7/30/2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. Passes.
Property address 6000 Northeast 22nd Way, number 5C, case number BE 23110153. Owner Cesar Alberto Mendoza Vera. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: flooring and bathroom remodeling. I reviewed the case on 5/23/2023, at which time I verified the violation remains. 5/23/2024, at which time I verified the violation remains. The city will request 63 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by 7/30/2024, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Second. All agree, say aye. Aye. And that means we have about 8 left, guys. It passes.
Moving on to page 8 at the bottom. Property address 5203 Northeast 24th Terrace, B-306. Case number BE 23080279. Owner Michelle Mers. Notice posted at the property on 5/10/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The
Yeah.
case is comply from this morning.
It's complied, guys. Next.
It's complied?
Yeah.
Good. Moving on to page 9, property address 11 Southwest 24th Street, owner 11 West State Road 84 LLC, case number BE 22110056. Notice posted at the property on 5/9/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not complying, not contact with the owner. The city is requesting the case return as a massive. Yeah.
Moving on to page 10, property address 403 Southwest 17th Street, owner Trista Boyenga, case number BE 23080336. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 3/26/24 to comply by 5/28/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Inspector Martinez, reading for Inspector Del Rio, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 63 days extension.
Moving on to page 11 at the bottom, property address 1524 Northwest 15th Street, case number BE 22120018, owner Eddie Ortiz, Christine Lasulia Ortiz. Notice posted at the property on 5/14/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 10/24/23 to comply by 1/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez reading for Inspector Del Rio on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting for the case to come back as a Massey.
Page 15, property address 1820 Northwest 3rd Court, owner Lavoria Swanson, homestead exempted, Albert Lee Jones, case number BE 23070183. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 11/28/23 to comply by 1/30/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. The permits are ready for pickup, so the city is requesting 63-day extension.
All agree, say aye. Passes.
Property address 1737 Northeast 1st Street, case number BE 23080288, owner Jeremy and Jenin Webby, Edward P. and Kimberly R. Jackson. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There is 1 extension noted.
Inspector Martinez on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. Case is not in compliance. The contractor was here earlier. They're having issues with the permits, and the city is requesting a 63-day extension. They have to elevate the construction.
Yeah, in other words, he got the permits in, then something came back to them and said they need to do something else, alterations, and he's got to finish it. All in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed?
Our next case is on page 16, property address 891 West Commercial Boulevard, owner Mercina Holding LLC, case number BE 23080362. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/14/24. This case was first heard on 1/30/24 to comply by 3/26/24. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There is 1 extension noted.
Inspector Martinez on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. I've been in contact with the owner of the property. The permit has been submitted, so the city is requesting a 63-day extension.
Second. All agree, say aye.
Aye.
And that's the last one, and it passes, and look what we get to do in 63 days, guys.
Who seconded that one? Carlos? At this time, we would like all the cases that are listed on page 18 into the record as closed or withdrawn.
Yeah, we did.
And then on page 5, we can take it out.
Do we have a motion for that, page 18?
Which one?
I need a motion for page 18, please. You have to just say the cases involved. I need a motion.
Motion for all cases on page 18
Entered into the record.
to be entered into the record.
Thank you. And we have the minutes from the March 26, 2024 hearing.
Seconded.
Thank you. Is there any business for the city?
I have.
Yes, I have a question for the city. Is a complaint that was coming for most people here that the permit department seems to be slow? Is there any way that we get a report to see is it an over amount of permits that are going in? Why is there such a delay? It's a constant complaint that's coming from everyone. Do they not have enough staffing? Is there?
Joe, come on the record. Come on the record.
Yeah, every time I hear that, I disagree with the applicants. The delay is 99% of the time because the applicant doesn't get enough notices. I mean, I don't know if they want us to knock on the door. I mean, we send out a notice to the applicant. A lot of times the applicant might be a permit runner, and maybe the permit runner is no longer in the picture anymore. So there's various reasons. Our plan review is turned around on larger projects than 30 days, on a roof or window project within 2 days. So, you know, like the gentleman that was here regarding the carport, he submitted, first he got caught doing the carport without a permit. He finally submitted plans. Plans have been sitting at the office after being reviewed within a week, and now they're sitting at the office waiting for him to reply to the comments for 6 months.
Okay, so it was just a point of clarification. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you say your name for the record, please?
Yeah, Joe Pasquarello, Assistant Building Official.
Also, everyone noticed that even on my calendar, it has been changed for July. It's now the 30th. Okay, I'll talk louder. As on the calendar, our July is now July 30th. Please note, even though it says July 23rd. So please highlight that on your calendars. You will see us with all of these people back on July 30th.
Thank you. This concludes our May 28, 2024 Code Enforcement Board hearing. Thank you.